નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ 7th, સબ્જેક્ટ સોશિયલ સાયન્સ, ચેપ્ટર નંબર 9, ઇન્ડિયા, સોશિયલ લાઈફ.
Students, you know very well that India is our country and our India is a very big, very vast country in Asia. So this country is very big and Indian society is multifaceted to an extent perhaps unknown in any other of the world's great civilization. It is more like an area as varied as Europe than any other single nation state. Adding further variety to contemporary Indian culture are repeatedly occurring changes affecting the various religion and other different type of region, and also socioeconomic groups in a disparate ways. But Indian life is widely accepted cultural themes, social harmony and order. India is a heritage society, whether in North India or South India. It is life is around about Hindu or Muslim, or if we talk about urban or village, virtually all things and all people and social groups are ranked accordingly to the various essential quality. Although India is a political democracy, nation of completely equality and seldom evident in daily life. So there is a different social life in different state and different direction. So in India we can see many different things. If we go any other different state, so their food is different, their cloth is different. So there are very different qualities, people, and also there is also different in their food and their cloth. So we can get more information about India. So student, today we start our new lesson, chapter number 9, India, social life. So today in chapter we will learn what is India and what is their social life in a different state, in a different ways, and what is their food according to their region. India is a very vast country in the continent of Asia. So in Asia is a very big continent, and in Asia there is a India. Our country is very vast. It is a country of bewildering, means confusing, great diversities. Nowhere on earth does humanity present itself such as a dizzying means confused or amazed, creative burst of culture and religious, races and tongues. So it means in a country there is a very big confusion about our diversity, because there are too much diversity but there is a unity, but different type of diversities, but there are on the earth humanity present itself like a dizzying means confused to creative burst of culture, means there are different type of culture and religion, different type of religion, races, different type of races, and tongues means different type of languages are in India. Home to the ancient Indus Valley civilization and a region of historic traits, roots and vast empire, the Indian subcontinent has been identified with its commercial and cultural wealth for much of its long history. So in India, we can get many information from the Indus Valley civilization. So this is about region and historical trait. What were the business in the historical? So it gives us information and vast empire, very big empires, who was the king and how many years he became the king. So we get information from the Indus Valley civilization about region and historical traits roots and vast empires. The Indian subcontinent has been identified with its commercial and cultural wealth for much of its long history. So from the history, we can get many information about India, and there are commercial trade and culture, different type of cultural, some wealth means healthy cultural work are also in our history. High mountains, ranges, vast seas, large rivers, irrigated lakes, countless rivers and streams, dark forest, sandy desert, all these have added means to add India with an exceptional diversity. Exceptional diversity means very unusual diversity. So in India there is a different type of diversities are also including inside. So there are countless rivers are there, streams are there, dark forest, sandy desert, and all these are also including in exceptional diversity. Among the people there are numerous races, religions, languages and dialect. Dialect means regional variety of languages. So in India, our India is a very big country, but there are numerous means number of races, religions means different type of religions are there, different languages, and also regional varieties of languages are also included in India. In course of time, they weave themselves into a interact fabrics of India's social life. However, the real strength of Indian culture lies in the basic unity, vigor means strength or energy, vigor and the ability to contain an amazing diversity with itself. In this country, there are people who belong to opposite schools of thought, yet it is diversity that bind one Indian with another and concept of the basic culture, and one nation has continued to thrive even today. Thrive means to grow up, to development. So from this we can understand, interact means having a lot of parts that are arranged in complicated, but there are many things. Intricate means there are many complicated things are also there, but they are bigger means their energy are the ability to contain the amazing diversity by itself. So there are also amazing things are there. So there are different type of diversity, but it is still in unity. So in this country, there are people who are belonging to opposite schools, means people are coming different state, different languages, different school, they are studying in a different school. But their thought, what is their thought? Their thought is diversity that binds one Indian with another. So to bind means to tie them, one people to another people, to become in a one, and the concept of this basic is that one is culture and one nation has a continue to grow up development. So different type of school they are coming, different languages are there, but what is their aim? Their aim is to tie the people from one to another, to make them together and to continue our development, our progress even today also. So lots of diversity in India, many languages, but the main thing is we are unity, we are united. So that's why the basic culture, it is our one nation and has also continued to do our best development to grow up, not only for one thing but all of together. So first one is social life. Today we learn about social life of Western India. So what is the social life of Western India? Our Gujarat is in West. So today we learn about our related to Gujarat. You have already studied about the social life of Gujarat and science. Gujarat lies to the west of India. Let's begin with the social life of the people of the West. So we already studied about different type of state people, how their food, how their work, what is their cloth. We already learned about Gujarat, and since Gujarat it is lies to the West India, because our Gujarat is lies in the west part. So this one. So today we learn about social life of people of the West. So today we learn about the social life of Gujarat or related to western part of India. Despite having an extensive coastline, the cuisine of Gujarat is primarily a vegetarian cuisine, and the staple diet of the people includes cereals, pulses, vegetables, clarified butter means ghee, milk, butter, etc. Kathiawadi meals and dal bati are very popular. Due to its vast coastline, people living in the western India consume eggs and fish, etc. So here they are talking about the food of the western style of people. So in Gujarat, west side. So despite of having extensive coastline, so here are also different coastline, means here also many seashores, but the cuisine means the food of Gujarat is vegetarian cuisine. So most of Gujaratis are vegetarian. The staple diet, so what is their regular diet? That one is including are cereals, pulses, so different type of cereals, different type of pulses, and vegetables, clarified butter means ghee, milk, buttermilk, all are their food. And sometimes also dal bati are also very famous and popular in all over Gujarat. Due to its vast coastline, people living in western part and also sometimes in western part, they are using to eat fish and eggs. Men wear a dhoti, Jodhpuri trouser means chano paijama and loose from the waist to the thigh, and thigh from knees to the ankles. And a short plaited frock shirt means angarku or a kurta. They also carry a stole means khas on their shoulders. Women wear saris. In Rajasthan, men wear a dhoti and short plaited long frock skirt means angarku, and women wear colorful plaited ankle length skirt means that one means ghagra, and long waist length blouse. In Maharashtra, women wear the 9-yard divided sari. This one is Nauri and Kachhar. So here we are talking about the cloth of western side of people. So in Gujarat, if we see many people wear dhoti, Jodhpuri trousers also there. Cloth, regular cloth means chano paijama and loose. That one is loose from the waist to the thigh, and from the downside to ankle. That one is tight. And also sword plaited frock shirt means angarku or a kurta. So people, most of men wear this type of clothes. They also carry a khas. That one is a stole. So in many ladies also wear this type of stole. So gents also used to stole on their shoulders. For women, which type of clothes women wear? So women wear saris. In Rajasthan, men wear dhoti and short plaited frock skirt means angarku. So in Rajasthan, also men wear dhoti and angarku, while women wear colorful plaited ankle length skirt means Rajasthani ladies wear ghagra and also waist length blouses. So it is from up to waist. That one is blouse. And in Maharashtra, if we talk about Maharashtra, women wear 9-yard divided sari. So in Maharashtra, women wear sari. Thank you for joining us.